Let's be honest, players are everywhere. They sweep you off your feet, know all the right words to say, and seem too good to be true. But why do they always seem to win at first? And more importantly, do players lose in the end? In the next 10 minutes, we're breaking down the psychology, tactics, and inevitable downfall of the classic player. Stick around, it's time to get wise to the game. Players thrive on first impressions. They're experts at presenting their best selves and figuring out exactly what you want to see. They have a kind of confidence that's hard to resist. They're funny, charming, and seem incredibly attentive. Basically, they tick all the boxes you didn't even know you had. But here's the thing, it's all surface level. This charm isn't about building a connection, it's about strategy. Players understand that first impressions stick, and most people fall for charisma and validation early on. It's their golden moment to create an emotional hook before you even realize what's happening. Think of it like a shiny new car. It looks amazing in the showroom under perfect lighting, but what happens when you pop the hood and take a closer look? What you find might not match what was advertised. What makes players so effective is that they often follow a predictable pattern. I call it the playbook. Let's break it down. First, there's the love bombing phase. This is when they shower you with over-the-top affection and attention right from the start. They're texting you constantly, planning amazing dates, and making you feel like you're the most important person in the world. They might compliment you in ways that feel hyper-specific, like, "I've never met anyone who gets me the way you do," or "You're not like other people I've dated." It feels incredible, but it's happening so fast that you don't have time to question if it's real. It's like being on a roller coaster, you're exhilarated, but before you know it, you're already strapped in and moving at full speed. Then, they start with the mixed signals. One day, they're all over you, making big plans for the future. The next, they're distant or suddenly too busy. Maybe they cancel plans at the last minute or take hours, sometimes days, to respond to your messages. This push and pull dynamic keeps you guessing and, ironically, makes you want them more. Why? Because human nature is funny like that. We tend to chase what feels uncertain or out of reach. It creates an emotional roller coaster, and players know exactly how to engineer that. Finally, there's future faking. This is when they make promises they never intend to keep, talking about vacations, meeting your family, or even marriage. They paint a beautiful picture of the future because it keeps you invested, even if they have no intention of following through. They're like architects of dreams, but those dreams are made of sand. When you start looking for the foundation, you realize it doesn't exist. At first, it feels amazing. You're riding the high of all the attention and promises. But over time, the cracks start to show. You notice that their actions don't always match their words. Maybe they said they'd call, but didn't. Or they planned a big date and then canceled at the last minute with a flimsy excuse. At first, you might give them the benefit of the doubt. Everyone gets busy, right? But when it happens over and over again, a pattern emerges. Over time, you start to feel like something's off. This is where their mask begins to slip. Why? Because maintaining an act takes effort, and players aren't in it for the long haul. Once they feel like they've won, once they've charmed you enough, they stop putting in the work. And when it comes time to build a real connection, they struggle. They've been so focused on winning your attention that they don't know how to genuinely invest in the relationship. So, do players lose? Absolutely. Players might seem to win in the beginning, but it's always short-lived. Genuine relationships require vulnerability, effort, and mutual respect, and those are things a player often avoids. First, there's the issue of emotional shallowness. A real connection demands depth, and players can't deliver because they've been skating by on charm alone. For them, charm is a mask. It's a tool, not a reflection of who they really are. When the time comes to be vulnerable or to deal with challenges, they often retreat or deflect because they're not equipped to handle real intimacy. Second, over time, people start to recognize their patterns. The more they repeat their tactics, the easier it is for others to see through them. The first few people they play might fall hard and fast, but word gets out. Maybe it's through mutual friends, maybe it's on social media, or maybe it's just intuition kicking in. Whatever the case, players don't stay ahead forever. It's like a movie you've seen too many times, you know the plot, and you stop being impressed. Finally, their reputation catches up with them. Word spreads, and once someone has a reputation as a player, it becomes harder and harder for them to pull off the same tricks. It's like a magician doing the same trick too many times. Eventually, the audience figures it out. And even if they manage to attract someone new, their past behavior often sabotages their chances of building anything meaningful. Here's the thing, players might get short-term wins, but those victories are hollow. They don't build anything meaningful, and eventually, they're left with a trail of broken relationships and a reputation that's hard to shake. True connection isn't about tricks or games. It's about honesty, effort, and mutual respect. It's about showing up consistently, even when it's not convenient or exciting. So, the next time someone seems too good to be true, trust your instincts and look beyond the charm. The best relationships don't feel like a game, they feel like home. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you spot the signs or gave you something to think about, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. Remember, you deserve someone who plays for keeps, not for points.